Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I am Mark Atwood, and I am a developer evangelist and open source advocate on the Shifters team at Red Hat Openshift. And I am very pleased to present Let's Play in the Cloud today. I'm particularly proud of this because I've taken the opportunity myself to learn the Play framework just because of all the awesome work that Sebastian and Jorge have done. But first of all, I'm going to introduce Openshift. Openshift is Red Hat's platform as a service. I'm going to introduce Openshift, and then I'm going to explain how Openshift works with the Play framework. Sebastian and Jorge are going to deploy their Play application. Then I'm going to show you a simple Play application that I wrote just to learn this framework, and then we'll go over the next steps so you can get involved in Play and Openshift yourself. Openshift is Red Hat's free platform as a service for applications in the cloud. Free, as in we are not going to charge you. We are in developer preview right now, and also free as in because we are Red Hat, we are going to be giving the Openshift technology away. A company that can give technology away and still have happy customers. The platform as a service is kind of like Amazon, right? No, not so much. Amazon is infrastructure as a service. I like to say it gives you the L of the lamp staff. It gives you storage, it gives you very basic stuff, but you still have to do a fair amount of work to put together a framework before you can actually run your application. What Platform as a Service does is it automates that framework as well. We talk to the infrastructure as a service. You run your application in our Platform as a Service, and all you have to do is run your app. We like to describe it as the runtime environment for the cloud. We configure and manage the cloud and the stack for you. We handle the storage, we handle the backup, we can handle the auto-scaling, we handle all the stuff that's critically important for your application to run, but you don't want to have to spend the time doing to write a successful application. Why should you use a platform as a service? It makes things so much faster and easier for you. If you have an idea for an application, you don't have hours or days, or sometimes even weeks, putting together the infrastructure, putting together the platform, deciding on how you're going to configure your web server and your application server. It makes deployments to the cloud easy. Instead of having to spend a day or a week doing the deployment, taking the application from developers and moving it over to the execution environment, with a single command, your application moves from the final developer to the running system. You can focus on your application, and you can focus on serving your users, and you do not have to focus on the details of the stack. What do we support in Openshift? We support all of the well-known languages for web development. We support Python, Java, of course, PHP, Node.js, Ruby, and Perl, as well as my personal favorite, the do-it-yourself cartridge, which will allow you to run anything that runs on Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Because of our simple API, we've interfaced to all of the well-known developer tools. You can use Openshift from Eclipse. If you are a Java person, you can use Maven. You can use Jenkins to do your testing. We have a number of packaged applications and cloud libraries. We work with libcloud and jcloud. We have quick starts for Drupal. For data stores and backends, we use MongoDB. People have used Memcache. We talk to MySQL and Postgres and many others. If there's a well-known framework on any of the languages I just cited, such as Spring or Django or Symfony or many, many others, we have quick starts for them. And even if they have not yet been quick started, it's very easy to use this framework. We are currently hosted on Amazon Web Services. So you have blazingly fast, and the underlying operating system is Red Hat Enterprise Linux version 6. So everything is up to date, but also is well understood and is safe. How do you do it? There's only 4 steps, and none of them are very hard. Install the tools. It may be to distinguish your applications from everybody else's. Then you start immediately cloud. Cost. Right now, Openshift is free as in beer. We're going to give you 3 512 megabyte memory storage instances called gears. And if you're doing something awesome, just contact us, and we will give you our contact information, and we will give you access to more resources to make your application more awesome. Step 1 is to sign up. We have a promo code just for this webinar. Please use the promo code PlayBangWebinar. You sign up by going to openshift.redhat.com and going through the sign-up process. We've all done these kind of sign-up processes. All we ask for is a working email address. You pick your own password. We'll email you a link. You click on the link, and immediately you have your account, and immediately start running your applications on the cloud. Once you have your account, you install the client tools. There are many client tools that use our simple RESTful interface, including a module specifically written for it, as well as things for Eclipse, things for JBoss Forge. What we're going to be showing you right now is using the command line tool. If you have Ruby installed, and nearly everyone does now, all you have to do is say sudo install RHC, and the latest version of the Red Hat Cloud Tools will be downloaded and installed to your machine. Once you have those tools, you create your namespace. You say RHC domain create -n and the name you want. Unique. This is across the entire internet. You're the only person with that name in that namespace. And then -l and your login, which is the email address you use when you sign up for our account. When you create your applications, the URLs will look like http:// the app name - your domain name .rhcloud.com, such as Java rules -js domain rhcloud.com. That does not necessarily mean that your application has to run at that domain. If you have access to your DNS system, you can CNAME to the whatever name you want to the name we give you this way, and then your application can run at whatever domain you wish. You'll create the application. You do it by saying RHC app create -a and your application name -t and the application type. In this example slide, the application type is JBoss-7, which will start up at JBoss Application Server version 7. We have many other types that we can run. As I've said before, we support PHP, Perl, Python, Ruby, Node. And now we're going to show you the demo. But first, two more things you need to know. Openshift uses Git, the distributed version control system, to push applications to it. We use Git because it's fast and efficient, and because developers already understand it and usually already have it installed. There is no reason to force you to install another tool or change your workflow just because you're using our system. Your developers are already checking their code in on a regular basis, so by using the same tools and the same way they use to check code into your source control system, they also push their code up to Openshift. Git works hand in hand with GitHub. GitHub is where you'll find dozens of Openshift quick starts. You can pull and push these quick start repositories, and you can find it at github.com/openshift. Just because we work so closely with GitHub does not mean you must keep your application in GitHub. If you want to publish your application for the world to see the source, put it there. But if you want to keep your code to yourself and keep your secret sauce secret, you can still run your code on Openshift and not keep your code at GitHub. And now, let's move on to deploying Play Apps, and I'd like to hand things over to Sebastian and Jorge.